Bonsoir. Ça va? Moi, ça va très bien. Okay guys, this is the second video, la deuxième vidéo, a summary video of my French for Beginners class 2. So thank you for everyone who came along. I think we've got a really nice little group and I'm enjoying teaching you so far. So last week in our class and in my summary video we looked at greetings, bonjour, bonsoir, au revoir, etc. We also looked at polite phrases, so s'il vous plaît, merci, merci beaucoup, de rien, etc. We looked at pronunciation, so we also looked at the alphabet as well, how to say each letter en français. And so I'm going to do one thing using pronunciation and sort of how you use letters as the basis for the start of this. So I just need to zoom in. In fact, I think I'll use this board. Why not, eh? Let's have a look. Let's bring this over here. And I'm going to write with a blue pen, I think. So, in my class, I mentioned 7 things that are really important to me in my classes, but also with language learning in general. So the first thing is le soutien. Le soutien. What is le soutien? Le soutien. This means support. Let me just check that you can see that on the board. I'm going to zoom in a little bit actually. And bring the camera up. Le soutien. Let's go in a little bit more actually. Okay. Second thing. La considération. Well, this is more or less the same in English. Consideration. Be considerate of other people and also think about what you're doing. Let's see, number 3. L'encouragement. L'encouragement. Encouragement. Yes, it looks more or less the same. This one's quite easy too. Le that's an E. Le respect. Respect. You can see these are all quite positive things. Next one. L'empathie. L'empathie. TH ensemble. T. L'empathie. Empathy. Be empathetic towards your fellow students and the other people around you, and also to your teacher, and I'll try and reciprocate. Okay, let me just check you can see this. I think so. 2 words here that mean different things but more or less the same. Okay, so l'évolution, that's a T, or l'avancement. L'évolution, l'avancement. Evolution, advancement, i.e. progress. Very important that you progress in your study. What's the point in doing something if you don't actually progress? So I'm going to try and help you do that. Last thing, also very important, l'amusement. L'amusement. Yeah, it looks like amusement, doesn't it? So this we would translate as fun. So we had support, consideration, encouragement, respect, empathy, empathie. I'm going to call that one progress. Progress. L'amusement, fun. Okay, so these are all very important things in my class. This is what I want people to experience and how I would like them sort of to behave, you know, with these things in mind. So, the next thing we did in our lesson was to identify the way we say the in French. So we have one word for the in English. Obviously it's just THE. In fact, I might start a new page afterwards for this. In French there's 4 ways that you'll see. So the first one, le soutien, le respecte, le stylo, the pen, le stylo, le. So you will see le in front of a masculine singular noun, such as stylo. So in French there are genders. It's a way of categorising nouns. Nouns are things. So let's have a look. What can I see in my room? The computer, the desk, the chair, the camera, the tripod, the microphone, the blind, the wardrobe, etc. The cat, the dog, the person, the man. Support, energy, freedom. So there are lots and lots of nouns. Not all of them are physical things that we can touch, like support, consideration, empathy. They are things that we can experience, but they're not necessarily physical things, but they are still nouns. So le stylo, le will come in front of a masculine noun. La considération, et E accent aigu, considération. That has a la in front of it, and that's because this word here, this noun, is a feminine noun. Other feminine nouns, la maison, the house, la bouche, the mouth, le nez, the nose, le. It's a masculine noun. La bouche, a feminine noun. Okay, so le and la are 2 ways of saying the or the in French. So it depends in English how you pronounce it. The. It's the same word. You also have L apostrophe. That will come before a word that starts with a vowel. For example, l'encouragement. Encouragement starts with an E, which is a vowel. So l'empathie is another one with an E at the beginning. L'évolution, l'avancement, l'amusement. So the interesting thing about words that have an L apostrophe, L apostrophe en français, is that they can be either masculine or feminine, and you just need to know. In fact, with all of these nouns, you just need to learn them or look them up in a dictionary. But they will have an L apostrophe if they start with a vowel. Okay, so all these nouns here are singular. If we were talking about the pens, plural, or the houses, or the mouths, feminine nouns, this is how we would say that, or this is the word for the, or the that comes before. Les stylos, les maisons, les bouches ou bouche. So les in front of a plural noun means the, but you will only see les in front of a plural noun. It doesn't matter what the gender is of the object. So masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine or feminine plural, L apostrophe, masculine or feminine singular, starting with a vowel. Okay, so that's something. We'll see more of this as the course continues. Let me just move this out of the way. And I think we'll zoom out. Voilà. Okay, let's move the camera back this way. We're going to use the board, and I will actually zoom in. If you watched the last video, you will notice that the focus was changing all the time, and that's because I thought coming close to the camera, going over here, that it would make it easier for you to read what was on the board. But I'm going to try it now with manual focus, so and then manual zoom, okay? Right, so we've looked at le, la and les, and please don't worry about these, we will go into more detail later along the course. But for now, that's just a brief introduction. I have a list here, I'm looking at my computer screen. The next thing, we made some short sentences in this class. In these sentences, there were nouns and there were verbs. You also had pronouns. Pronouns, for example, I, you, he, she. We just looked at how you say I in French. So, en français, I, je. Can you see that on the board? Let me just move this up a little. Oh. Je, I. So, what came next? So we had, for example, some sentences such as, par exemple, je regarde la télévision. La télévision. So if this télévision has a la in front of it, what does that tell you about that noun? It can tell you two things. So first of all, it can tell you the gender of the noun. If you can recognise that la means the and it comes in front of feminine nouns. So we know that that's feminine. We also know feminine. We know that it's a noun because it has le, la or les in front of it. We also know that it's singular because it isn't using the les. It's not les télévisions. That's the plural, isn't it? That means televisions. So this is a singular feminine noun. I regarde la télévision. So what's this regarde thing? What's the grammar term for that type of word? This is a pronoun. This is a noun. This is actually called the definite article. The word for the, we call that the definite article. This thing here, we call it a verb. Okay? Regarde. Je regarde. I look at something, or I watch. Je regarde la télévision. Je regarde le film. I watch the film. So we looked at only a few simple sentences like that, and the reason we looked at those was to introduce and allow the students to become familiar with the sound and pronunciation of very common verbs. Let me make some space on the board for you. Well, for me really. So, in the course handout, let me have a look where it is. This is actually from page 3, which I handed out to you last week, so week 1, page 3. We have verbs such as écouter, écouter, E, accent aigu, C, O, U, T, E, R. Écouter, écouter, it means to listen. To listen. We just saw this one in that short sentence. Regarder, regarder, look at or watch. To look at or to watch. R, E, G, A-R-D-E-R. Regarder. Écouter. Listen, to listen. Regarder. To watch or to look at. The reason I'm saying to watch or to look at is because that's how we would translate sentences using this verb. We would, it depends really on the context, but there's two ways that we can translate it, but there's one word in French. To watch or to look at. So these I use in my class a lot, that's why I'm introducing them now when I tell my students, listen, écoutez, écoutez-moi, listen to me. Or I might say, okay, regardez-moi s'il vous plaît, look at me please. Okay, so that's why I'm putting these two in there. I'm going to put one more in, although I've got like 15 or 20 on this list. One more, let's have a look. I've chosen one. Parler, parler, parler. P-A-R-L-E-R. Parler. Par exemple, je parle français. Je parle français. Je parle anglais aussi. Et je parle italien. Je parle, I speak. So this verb means to speak. When you look up a verb in a dictionary, like say you've got a French dictionary, English-French dictionary, I'm trying to find where mine is. Let me just go and have a look. I think it's behind my desk. Here it is. Voila. Voila, here it is. Remember that from last week? So, this is a huge dictionary because I work as a translator. But you could look up a verb, for example, the English verb speak. And you will find, I'm not going to do it now, but you will find that it says parler, parler. So when you see that parler with an ER, or regarder with an ER at the end, or écouter as the French translation given in a dictionary, think of it as to listen, to watch, to speak, because that is the whole verb. When you're using sentences like je parle, you change the spelling of that verb slightly, and there's rules and regulations to help you do that, and it's quite easy in the je form, in the I form. But when you say parler, written like this, or regarder, or écouter, that's a whole verb. So think of the translation into English as to do something, to write, to read, to speak, to sing, to act, to dance, to open, to shut. Think of it in your head as having that to in front of it, okay? And that will tell you it's the whole verb. We call it an infinitive verb. So we looked at some of these verbs, and we're going to come back and use them basically every week for the rest of the course. However, we did look at some other sentences, and I'm going to come back to those in a sec, but these sentences allow you to give an opinion on something using adjectives. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like now. So we've had lots of grammar words. This evening we had noun. Do you remember what they are? What's a noun? An example is table, chair, hat, dog, book, empathy. Remember, it doesn't have to be something physical that you can touch, just a thing, shoe, number, letter, etc. And so that's nouns. Then we have the definite article. Do you remember what that is? No? Okay. So I'm going to write the French definite articles here. And there's four main ones. There's one. There's two. there's 3, there's 4. Le, la, l'apostrophe, and les. And they mean the. These are called the definite article. So that's what they are. We know what a noun is. We just looked at 3 verbs: manger, parler, écouter. So they're basically things that you do. Now we're looking at adjectives. Okay, so what is an adjective? An adjective describes something. For example, beautiful, happy, sad, old, young, angry, quiet, loud, little, big, bright, dark, heavy, light. So an adjective can describe a situation or a thing. It could describe a noun. For example, the dress is beautiful, the car is fast. So adjectives are descriptive words in their simplest sense. So if you wanted to say it is fun in French, you need the adjective fun, which is amusant. That's your adjective to mean fun. But you can't just say amusant. You want to say it's fun. To give your opinion about something. For example, dancing, it's fun. C'est amusant. C'est amusant. This bit here, C apostrophe E-S-T, that basically means it is, or that is. It is fun. I'm going to introduce some complete sentences using this structure. The word c'est, it is, and then an adjective. Let's see how I'm doing for time. So we've got 22 minutes in. I think most of these videos are going to be 20-25 minutes long. So let's see if I can wrap up in 5 minutes time. So I made some flashcards and I'm going to introduce them now, and you can always replay the video if you want to listen to the pronunciation or if you want to test yourself on whether you can remember what they mean. So I've got basically 2 sorts. Roughly the first lot are quite positive, the second lot kind of negative. So let me introduce the first one. I'm going to start, let me have a look where I want to start. This one's quite easy. C'est intéressant. C'est intéressant. Répétez après moi. C'est intéressant. It's interesting. This is how it looks. Let me just check that you can see it. C'est intéressant. Interesting. Looks quite similar to the English word, doesn't it? Intéressant. So that's the first one. This is quite similar to English too. C'est délicieux. C'est délicieux. It's delicious. It's tasty. So we've got this accent aigu over the E. That means it's a E sound. E-U-X. E. C'est délicieux. Ah, c'est délicieux. How is it, miss? Oh yes, it's tasty. Yes, it's delicious. Oh, well, we've seen this one. C'est amusant. What did that mean? C'est amusant. It's fun. Oh, I like this one. C'est calmant. C'est calmant. It's relaxing. Calmant. Lots of these have am or M-A-N-T at the end. It doesn't always translate to ing, relaxing, interesting, exciting, etc. But sometimes it does. So calmant. C'est calmant. It's interesting. This is a good one. So, c'est gratuit. Excusez-moi. C'est gratuit. C'est gratuit. It's free. Gratis. It's free. Gratuit. This is another ANT ending. C'est passionnant. C'est passionnant. Passionnant. Double S. Passionnant. We don't pronounce that T at the end. This one means it's exciting. Okay. C'est génial. C'est génial. Génial. C'est génial. It is great. There's a few ways we can translate that into English. It's great, it's cool, it's awesome. Depends on how down with the kids you are. It's positive though. Okay, this one here. C'est facile. C'est facile. Facile. It is easy. Facile. Okay, this one here has a few different translations. So, c'est formidable. C'est formidable. It's another positive one. It can mean great, brilliant, fantastic. It's basically it's really good. It's amazing. They're all the positive ones. So I'm going to go through them now. See if you can remember what they mean. I'll give you a moment. So let's shuffle them a little bit. C'est génial. It's great. C'est passionnant. It's exciting. What's exciting? Ah, c'est gratuit. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. C'est calmant. It's relaxing. Oh, c'est amusant. It's fun. Ah, this one's easy. C'est facile. It's easy. C'est délicieux. It's delicious. Oh oui, c'est intéressant. It's interesting. C'est formidable. So this is the one that means it's great, it's amazing, it's excellent, all these positive things. I think we're back to the beginning, aren't we? C'est facile, it's easy. Let's just see, any more? Yeah. So they're the positive ones. We're going on to the negative ones now. So we had c'est facile. This is one of the positive ones. C'est facile. This is like the opposite of that. C'est difficile. Oh, c'est difficile. Maybe le français c'est difficile. Is French difficult? You tell me. That's difficult. C'est triste. C'est triste. It's sad. Ah, it's sad. Très triste. Oh, c'est très triste. It's very sad. So you can put the word very in between c'est and then the adjective to make it like emphasize what you're saying, emphasize your opinion. This one's quite funny, I think. C'est affreux. Oh, c'est affreux ça. C'est affreux. That means it's awful. This one's quite good too. C'est nul. Oh, c'est nul. C'est nul. This one means it's rubbish. Yeah, it's really not great. C'est énervant. Énervant. Oh, it's irritating. It's my husband having a sneeze. Sorry about that. No, it's finished now. C'est énervant. Irritating. Annoying. Ah, c'est cher. C'est cher. It's expensive. This one's hard to pronounce. C'est ennuyeux. C'est ennuyeux. Oh, c'est ennuyeux. It's boring. Ennuyeux. This is pretty easy. C'est dangereux. dangereux. Oh, non, c'est dangereux. It's dangerous. So let's go through those quickly, see if you remember what they mean. So these are all the negative ones. Give them a shuffle. Ah, this is one of my favourite. C'est nul. Oh, c'est nul. It's rubbish. C'est affreux. It's horrible. It's awful. C'est triste. It's sad. C'est difficile. It's difficult. It's hard. Oh, that's one of the positive ones. Oh, c'est ennuyeux. It's boring. Oh, can you see that one there? Oh, c'est dangereux. It's dangerous. C'est cher. Oh, it's expensive. It's dear, you know, it costs a lot. Oh, c'est énervant. It's irritating. It's annoying. Okay, next week I think I'll go through those, but I'll hold up the English and I'll see if you remember. So, for example, what's that en français? C'est facile. Yeah, I'll go through those next week. So, students, I gave you 3 bits of homework, one of which was to watch this video, so bravo, très bien, you've managed to do that, that's great. Second thing, I wanted you to check out a website. So I'll zoom in onto the board and I'll write that website name down for you so that you can visit it. So, en français, www.refrencece.com. wordreference.com. This is an absolutely excellent, in my opinion, website where you can go, and it's basically an online dictionary. You can look for a word in French, a word in English, and there's a forum where linguists and general members of the public go and ask questions and answer questions about language. You can also download a free app, which is really, really good. Let me just see if I can show you that on my phone. Let's see if you can see this. So here we have the word reference app. Let me see if I can do it there. Open it up. And you can choose what kind of dictionary you want, and it will look something like this. Okay? So you can also find a word and press a button and it will pronounce it for you, so you can, like, it literally is a lifesaver. It could be really, really useful for you. So part 1 of the homework was to watch the video. Part 2, go to wordreference.com, just have a look at it, maybe use it, find a few words, or download the app if you have a smartphone. And then the 3rd piece of homework was to look through the list of verbs that I gave you. I think there's about 20. They are all ER verbs. That is, they have an E and an R at the end of them, right? So I'll give you a few of them. So we had 3 earlier. We had that one, écouter, we also had regarder, and then we had parler. So the students who came to my class, you will actually have the full list of all the verbs. I'd like you to just read through them, try and pronounce them. Remember, at the end they all are pronounced E. After I finish recording this video, I'm going to send you all the handouts that you had last lesson, so you have a digital copy to hand, and I will then be happy if you leave a comment under the video if you have any questions, or send me an email, give me a call if there's anything you don't understand in the class documentation or in this video, and I'd be happy to get back to you. Merci beaucoup, and bonsoir, have a good evening. Bye.